So you think you want to be an orthopedic surgeon? Well, there's some things you got to know. One, orthopedics is one of the most competitive specialties. So that means that medical students that want to match in this type of profession really need to be on the top of their game. So it really just start from your first year in medical school, really getting to know some orthopedic surgeons, community surgeons, academic surgeons that are at your program, developing those relationships, shadowing opportunities, volunteering as well can be important. Any experience in orthopedics would be helpful and things that you can talk about, on the interview trail. Using that time between your first and second year in medical school to do research and establish a relationship with the orthopedic surgeon that can write you a recommendation letter for residency. And also getting that research under your belt as well can make you more competitive and just can show that you have a great deal of interest in the field and that you want to learn more about it through research. And then grades are important. You really have to have good grades. So you have to be a serious student. You have to try to score high in all of your classes before you start your clinicals. And then going into your clinicals, you really want to be a standout med student on your rotations, showing that you're interested in every single rotation, even if it has nothing to do with orthopedics, because you really want to score as high as you can and get the highest rate possible in those clerkships. It's also important to do well on your boards. Boards were different when I took mine. That was obviously several years ago. And at that point, you had to score very high on the boards. Now they're pass-fail. So it's even more important to really establish those relationships because the board scores have kind of even the playing field a little bit. So you can't really just stand out with a high board score. You really need to do well on your clerkships and your rotations and establish relationships with orthopedic surgeons that can write really strong recommendation letters for you. What's also going to be important is in your fourth year in medical school, doing what's called either an acting internship or also called a sub-I or sub-internship. And that means that you go to a program which you like to match at, and you go to this residency and you basically act as an intern. So it's like an on-job audition. And you really just want to knock that out of the park. You want to be that superstar. You want to be a memorable acting intern that the attendings and the other residents are going to remember. And when your name comes up and they talk about you after your interview, they're going to talk about how well you did during the acting internship and how strong your fund of knowledge was.